Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Heather Hirsch. I'm a menopause expert and I am so excited. This video is all about my upcoming book, Unlock Your Menopause Type. I want to tell you a little bit about the 6 different types of menopause, how I came to find them, and exactly how I hope this book will help millions of women. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about the behind the scenes, about writing my book, and what I hope you're going to get out of it, I hope you stick around. If you don't know me, I'm Dr. Heather Hirsch. I founded the Midlife and Menopause Clinic at the Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston and was faculty at Harvard Medical School for several years before I left and actually started my own private telemedicine practice. I have a license in several states and I am accepting new patients. If you'd like to be a patient of mine, definitely check out the links in the description bar below. This book will come out in hardcover, but the advanced readers edition, the one that I got several months ago, is really beat up at this point, so I promise yours will look so much better. This book was truly inspired by the hundreds, if not thousands of women that I have seen over the last decade and have had the privilege to treat. After I was seeing patients for like the last decade, I realized that there was several different types. And by identifying your unique type, I could actually better target your symptoms. The treatment would be better. You'd be more likely to stick to it and feel confident in your treatment. And so this book, I hope to be one of the first inclusive books as well, because this book includes early menopause, if menopause was from chemo or if you had a gynecologic cancer, menopause that's really mood related where depression or ADHD are the main symptoms. And this book even talks about the silent menopause type, where maybe you're that 10% of women, or you're probably not on this channel, but that one friend that you might have that never had a hot flash in her life, her body still completely changes. So this book is so fun because I really hope that it's something that will make a great book club, something that you can give to a friend or share or sort of figure out each other's types. So what are these menopause types? Well, briefly, the types are as follows. There's the premature menopause type, and this is an actual medical definition. If menopause is before age 40, that's considered premature menopause. I actually have a great video on that here. And if menopause is before age 45, that's early menopause. Now, premature and early menopause are different because HRT is the gold standard of care, and I talk a lot about this in this book. But there's also a lot of psychosocial differences that are really important to validate and think through if you're going through menopause at such a young age. The second menopause type is the sudden menopause type. This is often, but not always, from chemotherapy, from a gynecologic cancer, or maybe medications like Lupron, which can stop your periods and put you into menopause right away. There's also other reasons like radiation and other certain medications that can put you into menopause. And so this is really important because even if you are a cancer survivor or you can't take HRT, it's really important to know what that means for the rest of your body and, again, how it can be treated. Next is the full-throttle menopause type, which is exactly what it sounds like. Symptoms from like every angle, hair loss to brain fog to trouble sleeping to irritability and mood disruptions, hot flashes, night sweats, vaginal dryness, dry skin, dry everything, dry eyes. You got it. That's the full throttle menopause. And so many of my patients have full throttle. I'm a menopause expert, so that would kind of make sense. But I really give you so many ways that you can treat this. And actually, sometimes treatment with HRT, which is the most effective, can relieve so many of these symptoms. The fourth menopause type that I talk about is called the mind-altering menopause. And this is because I have found that there's a subset of women for whom the main symptom is depression, new onset anxiety, or trouble with cognition, ADHD, brain fog, or just neurocognitive changes in general. So many of my patients are worried that they have early onset dementia or Alzheimer's, and they go and get a lot of neurocognitive testing only for me to tell them it's actually menopause. Now, this is really important. Again, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and as we're wrapping that up, it's really important for me to relay to you that the rates of suicide among Caucasian women in the United States is the highest in the 45 to 55 age bracket. And it's a very serious matter. I think it's important to let women know that there is a subset of menopause that is really much based on mood disruptions and mood changes. And so this is a whole separate menopause type that I hope you can learn about in my book. Second to last is the seemingly never-ending menopause. Also, so many of you here on YouTube, I feel like, have the seemingly never-ending menopause, and you're kind of up at night Googling, wondering why you still have hot flashes, how long can they last, can you take HRT if you're close to that 10-year window? And I discuss all of that and more for the seemingly never-ending menopause type. And finally, the silent menopause type, as promised. So while only about 10, maybe 15% of women really fly through menopause without any symptoms at all, it's actually really worrisome because they tend to not remember or think about menopause as being something that's actually happening to them, since they don't have any outward symptoms like hot flashes or night sweats to really report. But their bodies still change, because once we're postmenopausal, our ovaries stop making estrogen and we never make estrogen again. There's a lot of things that women with the silent menopause type often neglect, like a bone density to make sure they aren't losing bone mass, and cardiovascular routine screening to make sure their heart is still healthy. Also, I talk about routine screening exams, making sure that you get those, because if you feel really healthy, you may not go to the doctor regularly. Part 3 of this book is an entire DIY section where I think there's over 35 or 40 different symptoms, and I walk you through how you can alleviate some of those symptoms, relieve the burden of some of those symptoms by simply changing things in your lifestyle, adding some different supplements, and it's a great way to really get quick wins from those symptoms that are bothering you. But I also talk a lot about the safety of HRT, how you can start with your doctor, what things you can say, and how you can best prepare for your upcoming visit. What I'm most excited about this book is that I hope it can reach the hands of so many women that I can't personally see or treat. I would honestly love to see and treat all the women that are suffering with symptoms, but there's just not enough time in the day. Statistics show that at any given time, there's 30 to 50 million women going through the perimenopause to menopause transition in the United States alone. And remember, that's never going to stop, because we're always going to keep shuffling through. Women are spending, if not a third, a half of their lives postmenopausal. And so sexual health, bone health, brain health, and quality of life are vastly important and should not be overlooked. In the next 2 to 3 years, 1.2 billion women worldwide will go through menopause. And so I hope that this book serves as a friend, as a companion, as my way to be with you, to talk to you, to give to your friends, to share at a book club. So I would love to know in the comments below, are you gonna get the book? What do you think your menopause type is? And what are you most excited to learn? I also really wanna thank you here on YouTube and this amazing community, because you have really inspired me. This channel has given me so much hope that, and so much feedback that something that I put out into the world can be really helpful and seen by people that I don't get to treat, but can really help them live better lives and improve their symptoms throughout the menopause transition and just live their incredible second half. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel and watching me grow over the years. If you're an OG, if you're new here, hi. I hope you love the book. Leave a quick review or tell me what you think your menopause type is. And I'll see you guys next week for a brand new episode.